Hey YouTube, back with my deck profile of my top 8 locals deck. I'm here to show you it was Fire Fist, Hand, Traptrix. So yeah, I'm going to run into the build and show you how I did in matchups and all that. So yeah, let's get started. I ran 2 Vermilio. I didn't want to clog with 3, so I felt like 2 was enough. And I saw it enough for the tournament, so it was good. And then 1 Diana, this was good too, so yeah. I might up this later on, up the count on these Traptrix cards, but for now they're fine, so. Then I run 3 of each hand because you have to, and they're really good, and they were really strong at the tournament, so. Then for Fire Extension, 2 Bear, Gorilla, and Wolf Bark. I thought about doing 3 Bear, and there was one instance where I really needed the 3rd one, but other than that, this lineup was pretty strong, so yeah. And then 1 card D. I didn't really see it that much. I said it out a lot, so yeah. For spells, we got 3 Duality, Consistency. It was pretty good. I had it dead in my hand once when I wanted to make a push, though, so yeah. But other than that, it was pretty good. 3 Tenki, get to our Fire Fist engine. Pretty simple. Tensu. I thought about cutting this, but it was pretty good. I made a play with it where I went for Wolf Bark and Diana in the same turn, made 2 Exceeds. Actually, no, he had a Felgrand out, and he was forced to negate the Wolf Bark's effect. So for something from getting 101, and then I just summoned Diana, and then made 101, took it, and had game, so, yeah. Double Lance and double Embassy. I didn't really feel like I needed the 3rd space Typhoon, considering I have the Ice Hands, I have the Gorilla, I have, like, the Lances, I have a lot of ways of getting rid of back rows, so I felt like that this was the best lineup, and it was pretty good. So, yeah. For traps, 2 wire tap. These were okay. I mean, I didn't really see them a lot, but whatever. 2 Call of the Haunted, 2 Breakthrough Skill, 2 Deep Prison, 2 Lightsworn Heaven, 2 Shovel Nightmare, 1 Bottomless, 1 Warning, and 1 Torrential Tribute. I mean, most of those cards are pretty good. I did a fun thing against the hero player with these. I had both the Shovel Nightmares, and he went for Heartland Draco to try and swing for game. And I went Shovel Nightmare, he went Wiretap, I had another Shovel Nightmare to change that, so yep, that was pretty good. That's the main deck, 40 cards. I felt like it was pretty good, other than that one instance where I needed the 3rd Bear. I probably wouldn't change much with the deck. Extra deck, 1 Tiger King. All you really need is to go into 1. I made it like once or twice, I don't remember, but I know I did make him. Kagasuchi, made this like 3 times actually. He was really good. He put in a lot of work, so yeah, Kagasuchi was really, really good. Never made Cardinal, but he was in there as an option, so yeah. Exciton, never made Exciton, never needed to, but yeah. 101 made this like twice. Twice or 3 times actually. It was pretty good. Dweller made this like once or twice. Twice, I think. Yeah, I made this twice, so. Emerald made once. Chain made twice or 3 times. Never made Direwolf. Never made Maestroke. Cowboy made once. Black Ship twice. Never made Ragna Zero. Made this once. And I should have made it twice. I really misplayed. I should have made this card. It would have won against the sectors in top 8, but yeah, whatever. And then Crazy Box never made. Even though I did lose to a skill drain in one of my games, he had Crazy Box out too, so the best thing, and we were in time by that point, and I was the last turn. The best thing I could have done was like clash Crazy Boxes or something, so I don't know. Yeah, so that's the extra deck. The side deck, which I finally have a side deck now, because I never have side decks in my videos, but since this was a local report, top 8, whatever, figure I might as well show my side deck. 2 Skullmeisters, these are really good. These stopped hands, these stopped the Wolf against the Lightsworn matchup, so yeah, this is really, really good. Love Skullmeister. 2 Maxi. I put these in again, Sylvans, and I didn't see them, so yep. Spells Dark Hole, put this in against Sylvan, and I got rid of an All-Say Sylvan Protector thing. And I was able to swing with a bear and take control of the game, so Dark Hole put in work. I'm at the third Space Typhoon. Not much else to say on that. Double Encore. I was like afraid of Evil Swarm, so I decided these, but these should have been Effect Veilers or Shadow Mirrors, to be honest. So yeah, next time I'll do that because yeah. 3 Light Mirror. I put this in against Lightsworn, and I drew it, but I drew it a bit too late when I already had control over the game, so it didn't really matter. But yeah. 2 DNAs, never played against Bujin or Spellbooks, so I didn't really need these. 1 Overwork, put this in against Inzektor, and I didn't draw it. And 3rd Blackhorn, put this in against Lightsworn and against Sylvan, so yeah. So that was my deck. That was my side deck, my main deck, max deck, all that. And my matchups were round 1. I played Lightsworn, and I 2-0'd that. It was a pretty fun match. I got to most of my key pieces that I needed to get to, so that was pretty good. And although it was kind of scary in game 2, I got BLS dropped on me, and I was at 1,000 life, and I came back from that. So, I mean, that was pretty good. Round 2, I played against Heroes and lost 2-1. It was really, really, really close. He was on 200 life points, and I had Wolf Bark in my hand, ready to game him next turn. And he top decks Dark Hole. Like, I have Cowboy out, and he's at 200 life points. So next turn I was going to game him. I knew he had a Miracle Fusion that he got off Duality earlier on. I knew he had a Miracle Fusion. But he top decks Dark Hole and gets rid of my Cowboy and make Miracle Fusions for Shining for game. Because I was at 2,500 life points. And I was like, what is this? That was so bad. Like, I would have won that. I would have won that match if it wasn't for that. Like, game 2 I won. In game 3 he won in time because of a skill drain. And I used Solemn Warning, so that kind of put me at a disadvantage. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Round 3 I played against Sylvans, and this was the round where I needed to win, make top 8. It was only a 3-round tournament in Swiss, and you had to go X1. And I beat Sylvans 2-1. He went first, and he opened up Dracosac and Felgran, and I still came back from that and won. I'm really not sure how. The Felgran was a pain to deal with, but I was trying to make him use his negate with Felgran on a bear, so that I could just go into Exciton Knight and torch the field, because I'd already gotten rid of his tokens, so I used bear to blow up his Dracosac, and he let that go through, and so I had dealt with the Dracosac and basically like the second turn. And the Felgran took me like a couple more turns to deal with, but I got rid of it with a hand. Like, I baited out the materials, and then like I was able to just go Dynea into a 1-on-1 to steal it, and then I had control over the game. So, I mean, yeah, that was basically like that round 3. So I won that 2-1. And then top 8 I played against Inzektor, of all things. And I got absolutely wrecked by it because I completely misplayed in game 1. He had an Acid Golem and a Centipede out with the sword on it, and I made 101 and stole his Acid Golem because I didn't really think I had another way to get around it, but I did because I had Kagasuchi out. And I was in the position to go for another rank 4, and I thought about it, and I went into 101 instead of number 80. I really should have gone into number 80 instead, because I mean, I could have banished his Hornet and his Ladybug, which meant he couldn't have done anything next turn, and then equip this to the Kagasuchi and run over the Acid Golem, because I knew his only back row was a Wiretap anyway. And I could have done that, and that probably would have won me the game. But game 2, I had an awful hand. I mean, I'll kind of show you what my hand was, or at least what I thought it was. Like, I had Call, I had, like, Wiretap, I had Tensu, I had Bear, had, I think, like, Blackhorn, like, D-Prison or something. That was, like, kind of like my opening hand, and that was really, really bad. I mean, this is such an awful hand because Inzektor can just go pop, 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 and I didn't have a breakthrough skill in this hand, so yeah, that was kind of bad. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied with my tournament. I mean, it was my first time going to list locals anyway, and I didn't really know how competitive it would be. But it was pretty intense, and so I'm at least happy I got top 8. But yeah, I mean, my friend also top 8'd using my Sylvan deck, so I might profile that to you guys soon, the build that he used. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, YouTube. Be sure to rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that, and peace out.